nice for you this morning. What I have for you is Ashatina, African giant snail. Always call it abobo, and then the Gans they call it Nwa. Akans call it Nwapa. Krakete in Hausa, Dagati they call it Wole. If you go to Sierra Leone, they call it Kong. If you go to South Africa, they call it Kono Kono. And then Sierra Leone, they call it Bang. So many names.
And
Nigeria, they call it Kantanta in Hausa. Yeah. You see, this Nwampa or Abobo, African giant snail, it has the necessary amino acid that can cure so many diseases in the human body. For example, ulcer, cancer, asthma, and so on and so forth. Even the jelly, there's something inside called the jelly. If you open it, it can be used to prepare pomade that can cure skin cancer. Or even our ladies, they have been using it unknowingly. There's a bluish something inside. It can cure cancer within 1 week. Now, if you go to Rome, the imperial court, anytime they have dignitaries, important ones, they serve them with these snails because they believe that it has aphrodisia. Aphrodisia, if I say aphrodisia, I mean something that can ignite you, especially the men, in the night. Yes. So, is it not good to produce this in Ghana? Now, if you look at the statistics, now before we come to the statistics, we decided to produce this in a large quantity because we realized that Ghana needs about 18 tons of these snails yearly. But the only we can produce is 2,000. And the remaining deficits, we normally get it from our neighboring country, Côte d'Ivoire. So that is the problem. And we want to produce this by training the youth to go into the production of what? Ashatina for local market and then for the foreign market. Now, if you look at the market size, as you can see over there, America alone in 1994, Ghana made $4 million US. And they imported 620 kilograms, while the Netherlands imported 1,050 kilograms. Out of, I don't have that statistics on the slide, out of 19,000 tons. Yeah. And then Netherlands around 800 and something thousand tons, respectively. Now, this in one, if you hello? Hi. Now, there's one thing about in one, in the rainy season, if you want to sell it, you will not make profits. But during the dry season, an average snail that will weigh like 100 to 150 grams will cost like 5 cedis, which is equivalent to 2 cedis, 2 or $3. While the same quantity will cost like just $1 during the rainy season. So as a farmer, those from Clean Ventures, we plan that by producing this, we will sell our product during the lean season or the dry season. Now, our competitors, they have their market base already. They have money to import synthetic feeds to nurture their snails to grow faster. So as we are going into this venture, we know that we'll be facing problem with them, but we have our SWOT analysis, and our SWOT analysis shows that we'll do better. As you can see from there, we have our strength, our opportunities, the weaknesses, and then the threats. Can I move on? Yeah. So we don't have company history as our weak points, weaknesses, small initial customer base, new staff, they are not well versed in the snail production, lack of leverage with new relationship. And our threat is the impact of new legislation, technological developments, and then we have challenges in retaining talented staff, market demand fluctuations. I don't think that will happen anyway. And then enemies can poison our products. Now, for the marketing plan, we have our philosophy. We have the philosophy over there. And then we have our internet strategy over there. We secure a domain name. If you go there, you see our products over there. So we advertise through internet, through the print media, radio stations, and so on and so forth. We also organize cooking competition in schools, marketplaces, using ashatina, so that they can have the appetite. Now, our product and services, we currently trying to secure a place at Tema, where we will start manufacturing our own feeds, where we will start breeding our own breeding stocks, and do training for the youth to go into the production of snails. So that is our operation. Because of the time factor, I have to skip some of the items. So our team, I'm the chief executive of the company, and I have other friends who will be helping. For example, Joke Christian, he will be the farm supervisor, a very hard-working man. And then, when Kukwai, my younger brother, will also be taking care of the farm. For now. Now, for the use of farm, it is a startup business. So we are going to use our monies to buy, to invest it into the construction of the pens, the plumbing work, netting, and so on and so forth. And these are things that we will enjoy for about 5 years. The operating expenses, we purchase calcium, lime to make the snails grow faster and be healthy, ammonia fertilizer for breeding stocks, feeds, and then the payroll, etc., etc. That's the salary and so on and so forth. Now let us look at the cost-benefit analysis. As you can see over there, the investments, it will cost us like the total infrastructure, 500, and that is if you invest into 10 meters by 10 meters pen, probably this room. So these are expenses. So we will produce about 20 20 of this. So any amount that you get at the down there, you multiply by 20. Then you realize the amount that you will be getting a year. So we have a total infrastructure, 512 Ghana cedis. Total working capital, we have 1,540. Fixed costs, we have that. And then revenue, that's turnover, we have 1,738. Then, and so on and so forth. Profit, we have 11,250. And then the payback period will be only 3 to 4 months. But you should know, snail will take about 1 year before growing to the full size. So if I say 3 months, know that not until 1 year before. So that is the payback calculation. So payback period is 3 months. Note, economic life for the pen is 3 years. The kiosk is what? 3 years. Netting 3 years. Watering can 3 years. Harvesting crate is 3 years. Snail nursing period 12 to 15 months, as I told you. Then the environmental assessment. You see, snail will not bring any dangerous disease into the environment. So I know the government will accept it. So KK snail farming activity were selected according to the environmental criteria provided by HOT, Environmental Protection Agency. And then Food and Grass Board. Now the cash flow projection. The nature of the business requires that the company collect payment after the snails are fully matured. That's 12 to 15 months. So the above cash flow statement, which projects the monthly flow cash, while she expected to reach break even by 3 months. Her asset will comprise of what? Cash, leasehold improvement, equipment, and other tangible assets. Now the assumptions. KK's projections are based on what? Assumption that the snail farming industry, particularly Ashatina farming, will continue to follow present trends. Industry regulation and government legislation is always poised to interfere with business projection, but there is no indication that government will stop it. So those who will be investing into this, rest assured. Thank you.